everyone, welcome back to Tintana. My name is Anna and today I'm going to do a comparison of these two popular entry-level fountain pens. I have the Pilot Metropolitan and here I have the Lamy All-Star. So I am going to compare these two in terms of packaging, in terms of performance, what I like, what I don't like. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Pilot Metropolitan. And Pilot pens are really very nice pens. They are very reliable and they are my go-to pens. So the Pilot Metropolitan comes in a box like this one here. Okay, so it comes in this little box and then it comes in a case like this. There is actually a cushion, like a foam cushion, so that it would protect your pen, but I threw that away. It also comes in a converter, so it comes in a squeeze type converter, which is a win, so that if ever you're done with the ink cartridge, you can absolutely use the converter to fill it up with your favorite fountain pen inks. So that is a win because other fountain pens don't come with a converter and you have to purchase the converters separately. Another thing that I like about the packaging is it comes with its own little user care guide. So very nice. It tells you exactly the different colors they have in their collection, and also if you are an absolute beginner and you need some kind of like instruction as to how to insert an ink cartridge if ever you prefer that, or how to use the converter to fill your pen with bottled ink. So this is just a small thing, but a small thing is really a big thing to me. So at least you have this handy and you don't even need to second guess yourself. So that is a win for Pilot. Now this case, it comes in, it's also very nice because you can absolutely reuse this. If you want to keep your other pens in here to keep them all organized, then yeah, you can absolutely reuse this. So that is a good thing. Another thing that I like about the fountain pen is that it is very well made. So it has some good weight to it. It has, it's not too heavy, but there is a weight to it. So you can sense that this is a well-made pen. It is balanced, in my hand. It looks like this pen is made of metal. And this is a snap-on cap, so you can actually hear that satisfying snap there. So I like that snap-on cap because if you are in a hurry and you just wanted to write and you don't even have to screw on or unscrew it, yeah, so I like the fact that this is snap-on cap. And you can also post it. It also posts securely, so very nice. Another thing that I like about the fountain pen is the nib itself, the pen itself. So I have I think I cleaned this pen multiple times already. I have assembled it, disassembled it, used different colored inks, and I don't have any problem with it at all. So with this Metropolitan, you fill it up with bottled ink and it writes right away. So it does not have a hard start. I have not have any experience. I do not have any experience with it skipping at all. And it's also very smooth. I like the point size. I really like finer nibs. So this one comes in medium, but it writes like a fine, so that is nice. Another thing that I like about my Pilot pen is the ink flow. The ink flow is very consistent, very reliable. So even though it writes fine it does not feel dry at all. So the writing experience really is very pleasant. Another thing that I like about the Pilot pen is if you disassemble it, this is a friction fit fountain pen. If you disassemble it, and I had some videos on how to clean this pen if you want to check that out. So there is a mechanism in here that makes sure that the nib is securely fitted on the feed, so it won't wiggle or move. And I think that also helps with the writing experience. So this is very reliable pen, and I really like it. So it comes in many different fun colors as well. So in terms of the writing experience, let me just show you how this pen writes. So I filled this up with my Sailor Ink Studio 123, and this is actually medium nib. I'm gonna write Metropolitan. Let me just zoom that in. Pilot Metropolitan. So medium nib. So as you can see, it's very smooth. It just glides, and the ink flow is very nice. So it's just a pleasant writing experience. The clip is also nice and sturdy, and I can't really think of anything that I don't like about this pen. So this is really very reliable pen. It might be like a little bit too maybe short, for other people who have big hands, but I don't really mind that, the length of this pen, because you can always post the cap and to lengthen the pen a little bit, but it really feels sturdy. It really feels well made and well balanced on my hand. All right, so for the price point, I think it depends where you will get this. So this one, I think I got at Target online for only like $14.50. So I didn't really I didn't really had a second thought of whether or not I'll get it, because I know that's a good price. So I ordered it right away, and I was really surprised at how really nice and good this pen is. Now if you are going to get it somewhere else, the price point is somewhere around, I think, $18 to $23. It really depends where you get this from, but I just got lucky because I saw it for a deal, and I ordered it right away. Yeah, so just so you know that all of my reviews are not sponsored in any way, so my opinions are entirely my own, and yeah, I'm not making anything from raving about this. All right, so the other one that I'm gonna compare it to is the Lamy All-Star. So this one comes in a cardboard box. This is how the cardboard looks like. And then if you open it, you'll find that you have another cardboard that this clip to. So this, I think, is made of aluminum, and it is very light. I like the clip. It's also very sturdy. So yeah, I mean, I was very curious about the Lamy pens before, just because I haven't had one. So I really had to get one because I wanted to compare these two pens. When it comes to the cap, it's also snap-on, but I mean, it's secure in there, but it does not snap the same way as the Pilot does. The Pilot really has a satisfying snap. I don't think that it matters, but it's just, I don't know, a way of just showing that the pen is secure. Yep. So another thing that is, another feature that most people like about the Lamy is that it has its, this ink window right here that will tell you exactly the level of ink you have left on your pen. So that is also, a nice feature. Other things that people may or may not like about the Lamy is that the grip section right here, it has that you know, spot in there where you would have to kind of like force to hold the pen in like a certain way. So yep, I don't really mind that it's there, but I don't know, maybe for some people they may like it. I don't really have any preference because I mean, it doesn't really affect the way I write with it. Another thing that I can compare it to is that this pen does not come with an ink converter. So when you purchase it, you would have to purchase the ink converter separately. And to me, you know, this one is a win because it already has its own ink converter. So this one you have to purchase it separately. I think the ink converter costs around maybe $5-6. So that's an additional $5 or $6. And it also comes with like an ink cartridge. I don't really use the ink cartridges it comes with because I like my different bottled inks. I like testing different inks, so I just keep it as a spare. Yeah, so those are some of the things. This is also not very light. It's light, so if you're gonna write for longer periods, so it's not gonna tire your hand. It is also, let's compare the size of this too. So this one also is a tad bit longer, you know, tad bit longer than the Lamy. And the Lamy, if you cap it, so it is significantly, let me see, okay, it is significantly longer, I would say. Yeah, maybe by an inch, you know, than the Pilot. So the Pilot is a shorter pen, but the Lamy is much longer and also much fatter. So that would probably help some people who has whose hands are maybe larger, but I don't really, it doesn't really bother me. Sometimes I write with it and post it and it won't bother me, but for some people that might be a big deal. Another thing about this Lamy is I don't know, for whatever reason, this section here is made of plastic. Let's take a look at the Pilot here. So the same thing with the Pilot, this section also here is made up of plastic, but there is just something with, you know, you holding the pen and filling it with your hand. So if you hold the pen and feed it with your hand, you know, these two, you would know which one is well made or, you know, a better made pen. For whatever reason, this Pilot feels more sturdy and well made than this one. Yeah, it's just the way you hold it in your hand makes you feel that, you know, it's well made. So I have that feeling with the Pilot, but not so much with the Lamy. Another thing that I am partial, of course, because I like the Pilot better than this one. This pen is very difficult to clean. I have not deep cleaned this pen yet. I tried, but I just could not get the feed out. It's just so difficult to get out. So I think that both of these pens are friction fit. However, with the Pilot, it's easy to clean and easy to disassemble and reassemble. Plus, it comes with its own user guide. Now, the Lamy does not have that. So if you are an absolute beginner and you're just starting with fountain pens, you know, you would probably have to do a little bit of researching as to how, you know, you're gonna operate the pen. Unlike the Pilot, it guides you, it has that user guide. This one does not have that. Yeah, so yeah, I don't like the fact that this is not easy to clean. The nib slides out very easily, but the feed is just so difficult to pull out. So as a result, I don't know if I would have problems, you know, flushing this feed, because I've used a shimmering ink and I still have a little bit of ink left in this cartridge. I have the Robert Oster Rose Gold Antiqua, so I sometimes like to match my the color of my pen with the ink I have, but that was probably a mistake because I thought that it will be easy to clean. So now my problem would be how to get those, you know, shimmery particles out of this feed. I don't know if I can flash it out. Those of you who have ideas, please let me know. If there's a better way or an easier way to clean this pen, let me know. So I think that really affects the ink flow, you know, in this pen. It's not as pleasant to write with compared to the Pilot, and that doesn't have anything to do with the pen at all. I think that has something to do with the ink I have in it. Because of the shimmery particles in it, that probably impedes, or there's something that affects, so something that gets in the way of the ink flowing in the feed. So that's my problem here. So this writes a little bit dry, and I think this pen is starting to clog up because of that, even though this is a medium nib. So if I wanted to use a shimmery ink, maybe I should use like a broader nib, maybe like a stub nib, or like a broad or a double broad. I don't know. But in terms of performance, well, let me just zoom that in so you can see how this pen writes. So it also has the same point size. This is medium, but this writes finer than the Pilot. It doesn't have anything to do with the point size at all. It has something to do with the ink flow, because of those particles here that gets, you know, in the way, and for whatever reason it just feels really dry. So I'm just gonna write Lamy. So as you can see, I don't know what's going on with this. So see, this really have a hard time starting at all. So let me try it another time. Okay, try again. This is Lamy All Star. Okay, and this is also in medium nib. Yeah, it just feels dry, not pleasant at all. Like I said, I should probably just use a regular ink so I can compare these two, you know, better. But in terms of the writing experience with the Pilot, I have not really had any trouble with it skipping or any hard start, you know, with it. But this one does, and that's probably because of the ink that I use. So I wish I use a different ink so that, you know, for a fair comparison. But yeah, so those are some of the things that, you know, I don't like about the Lamy. But if I am gonna compare the two, you know, I would be biased. And I would say that the Pilot Metropolitan is a better, you know, much superior entry-level pen compared to the Lamy. Other people might disagree with me, and that is fine. But I'm just telling you my, you know, honest opinion about it, so that those of you who are on the fence and you're considering, you know, getting your very first fountain pen, then at least now you have an idea. So what else did I oh, the price point. So the Lamy is more expensive than the Pilot Metropolitan. So I think it depends on where you get it, but the Safari one, I think the price range somewhere between maybe around 29, 37, I'm not sure, but it's definitely pricier compared to the Metropolitan. But when it comes to the performance, you know, even though this is a cheaper pen, this performs really well, really good. And of course you can also get this for less than that. It depends where you get this from. So, and also if they're gonna have a sale. So the All-Star model definitely is, I would say, a little fancier compared to the Safari, because the Safari one is made of plastic. So if you compare these two, of course, a more sturdy pen would be the Metropolitan. But so those are my opinions. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you have not already. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, any videos you want me to make for you, please let me know. And I'll see you again next time. Bye.